Good day, Lana here from Radiance Yoga and Lifestyle School. And today I'd like to talk with you about dipping in and out of your spiritual happy place. So in the yoga teacher training that I lead, we were having this conversation this weekend about, when we evolve and we are better able to cope with difficult situations, difficult people. We're in the flow of navigating discord in our lives in a more graceful way, or we are making better choices for ourselves in a more consistent way more often, showing up for ourselves, making good choices as far as how to self-care, establishing healthy boundaries with those that might be a little more toxic for us, or environments that feel a little heavier, denser, and less inspiring, uplifting. So these are all wonderful, wonderful things. And these practices and these ways of being take time, right? Because initially it's a concept that we're learning. Maybe we've read a self-help book or 40. We're watching videos, inspiring videos. We are listening to podcasts. We're going to classes that hopefully speak to the human evolution into more of their spiritual beingness in the world while in the body. And we're getting excited, we're learning things and we're practicing them, and there's the need to merge with what we're learning, right? There's a rewiring that is occurring. I want you to really think of this for a moment. The life that you have right now is based on experiences that you've gone through, that you've lived through, circumstances, how you show up and relate to situations. There's a hard wiring inside of you, all right? So if you've learned how to retaliate, how to be aggressive, how to react in situations, then that's how you're going to be, most likely, until you unlearn that or update your hardwiring system. It's not much different than a computer. When a computer needs its updates, we need to update it. Otherwise, that can cause some problems in how efficiently our computer works, right? So there is a process that we need to go through in order to more elegantly merge the teachings within our wiring. So this isn't static. It's not like, you went on a retreat or you did a workshop and you got it in that moment and it was so clear. It was an aha. You feel liberated. You feel on top of the world. Like, I will never have that issue at family gatherings again. I'm in my center. I am good. I've got boundaries, or I can offer love and compassion because I understand where they came from, etc. And yet you find yourself yet again reacting in a situation with your family when everybody gets together. All right? Maybe you are responding rather than reacting full on, and feeling like that wounded little child that we have inside of us. He or she is who is doing the reacting, right? So it's the adult part of us, the parent part of us, that needs to start doing their work in pulling at the threads of the pain, the anguish, the suffering, the disappointment, the sadness, all of these things that weigh us down, that undo us and quite possibly have us reacting in a situation. So I'm calling this dipping in and out of your spiritual happy place, because damn, it's sweet when we are in our spiritual happy place, right? When we feel like we've really transcended an issue. However, think of this. Your body is what is storing all the memories of everything that's ever happened to you. The consciousness, that higher mind, is like, I get it, I see it, I understand it. And it, he, she, that overseer part of you, really and truly does get it. However, it's going to take your body a bit more time to heal. Doesn't mean that it's going to take equally long. So if you've got 30 years of trauma in you, it doesn't take 30 years to unwind that. But be patient, be kind, be loving as you learn to become more responsive and less reactive. And please do not be judging yourselves when you dip out of your spiritual happy place, because this contrast that you receive from where it doesn't feel good shows you where it really does feel good. We learn through contrast. It's very clear then. You know, we're pretty black and white. We're learning to live in spectrum of color. So that ability to get really clear really often happens in these contrasting moments, okay? It doesn't mean that you've regressed, doesn't mean that you've lost your spiritual foothold. It just means pay attention right now when you can feel yourself dipping out of your happy place. I personally, I can feel these moments before they come. And that's when I really start to invest in extra self-care practices. Going out to nature is always very healing for me and medicinal on every level of my being. Connecting with a dear friend who I consider to be one of my wise counsel tribes. Writing, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of being in the now, exploring what's coming up. I purge that on paper, you know? And I find ways to remember that I'm passing through this moment of difficulty, this moment where I'm questioning, where I'm self-doubting. It's a call to up-level your practices that are going to support you. This is a process. It's an evolution, and it's dynamic, and it's cyclical. Please know you're only visiting. Right? So be kind, be compassionate, be loving. I will be announcing in the next couple of weeks a very special weaving a web of self-care personal development program. This might be my last in-person intimate program that I run for a little while as I am readying for the next shift in my life. So I'll fill you in shortly, but this will be for only 6 women. So if you feel like you are ready to really get clear on where you are blocking yourself, what the fear is, we're going to go into that. We're going to do some shadow work, and we're going to do a lot of weaving a self-care web. All right? This will be shamanic in its foundation, and it is something that is very near and dear to my heart and soul, and it's a real honor and privilege when I get to see the women who feel called to do this, because that to me is alchemy. There's a certain ingredient that each of you are bringing to this that supports me in best showing up and serving the teachings, transmitting the teachings. So if in the meantime you would like to explore how else I might be able to support you, I would really love to have you visit lanaboyak.com. You can check out the calendar or the events page and see what's happening. Okay? Deep, deep, tender, loving care to each of you. And know that I am immensely grateful to share this journey with you. I also dip in and out regularly. Remember, we're not static beings, thank goodness. Tremendous love, my darlings. Namaste.